I bet you are guilty of this. You've glanced at those wilted green onion ends in your kitchen scrap bowl and wondered if they were destined for the compost or the trash? What if I told you they could be your ticket to an endless supply of fresh green onions? No soil, no balcony, and zero gardening experience required. Today, we're diving into the surprisingly simple world of regrowing green onions in a cup. Grab your favorite mug and let's turn kitchen scraps into a mini indoor garden that practically farms itself. First things first, why green onions? Well, they're the Swiss Army knife of the herb world. A dash on your scrambled eggs, a flourish on your salad, a pop of oniony goodness in your ramen. Green onions are everywhere. And unlike their pricier herb cousins, they regrow like champs. All you need are the white bulb ends, a clear cup, and a bit of patience. Let's talk supplies. You don't need fancy hydroponic setups or an Instagram-worthy greenhouse. A transparent cup works wonders. Transparency is key because it lets you monitor root growth. And let's be honest, watching those little roots tangle is oddly satisfying. If you don't have a glass cup, any jar or plastic container will do. Just make sure it's clean and you can see through it. Now grab those green onion scraps. Cut them about an inch above the white bulb base. Keep the bulb and a bit of the green stem intact. You might think you're wasting precious onion, but trust me, that tiny bit of green you sacrifice now is an investment in weeks of free harvests. Fill your cup with room temperature water. Cold water? Hot water? Big no-no. We're aiming for Goldilocks here. Not too cold, not too hot, just right. The ideal water level covers the bulb base without submerging too much of the green stem. Think of it as a refreshing soak, not a jacuzzi. Place your cup on a windowsill or anywhere it can get indirect sunlight. Direct scorching sun can fry those tender shoots, while total darkness turns your onions into pale, leggy stragglers. Aim for bright, indirect light, like the kind that filters through a semi-sheer curtain. If you're in a particularly dim apartment, a basic LED grow light works, but let's keep it simple and free. Every 2 to 3 days, swap out the water. Fresh water keeps mold and funky smells at bay and gives your onions the oxygen they crave. You're not just changing water, you're giving your green onions a spa day. Refill to the same level and admire the beginnings of root formation. Within 24 to 48 hours, you'll see tiny white roots peek out, doing their thing underground, or, well, underwater. Once those roots reach about an inch or so, you'll notice fresh green shoots at the top. These are your green onions regrowing like champs. When they're around 4 to 6 inches tall, snip what you need with clean scissors, cutting just above the second node, that little bump on the stem. Never cut below the bulb base, that's where all the magic happens. After each harvest, rinse the bulb and roots gently, refresh the water, and watch them spring back. Repeat this cycle indefinitely. You could harvest a small handful of chives every couple of weeks, and your green onion ends will just keep bouncing back. We're talking months, maybe even years, of continuous regrowth, all from one initial purchase. Now you might be wondering, does this method actually taste good? Spoiler alert, yes. The flavor isn't watered down or bitter. These second-generation scallions pack the same punch as their store-bought counterparts. Plus, there's something extra satisfying about cooking with produce you grew yourself without ever stepping outside your door. Let's address a couple of common mishaps. If your roots go slimy or you notice a sulfurous smell, that's a sign your water swap routine needs attention. Change the water more frequently, every day if you have to. If the green shoots turn yellow or floppy, they're probably not getting enough light. Try a sunnier spot or a cheap LED clip-on lamp. If you still see skinny, spindly growth, add a drop of all-purpose, water-soluble fertilizer at half strength, just once. But honestly, most of the time, plain water is all they need. Feeling adventurous? Experiment with variations. Try starting scallions in filtered coffee grounds for a fun twist, or add crushed eggshells for calcium. If you've got a window with southern exposure, rotate the cup every few days so your onions grow straight instead of leaning like sun-chasing tourists. By now, you're essentially a green onion whisperer. You've transformed kitchen waste into a renewable herb source, saved a few bucks at the grocery store, and given your countertop a touch of greenery. Plus, you've mastered a gardening hack so simple, even a notoriously brown-thumbed roommate or your perpetually overworked self can't go wrong. Before we wrap up, let's recap the 5 easy steps. 1. Trim and save the white bulb ends. 2. Place them in a clear cup filled with room temperature water. 3. Keep them in bright, indirect light. 4. Refresh the water every 2-3 days. And 5. Harvest your green onions at 4-6 inches, then repeat. Easy, right? If you enjoyed this micro gardening magic trick, hit subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what scrap regrowth hack you'd like to see next. Perhaps celery, basil, or even pineapple tops? And if you try this at home, Drop a photo on Instagram and tag our channel. You might get featured in the next video. Remember, gardening isn't just about sprawling backyards and fancy tools. Sometimes the biggest rewards come from the simplest experiments. So go ahead, grow your own green onions in a cup and relish the feeling of being a kitchen gardener extraordinaire. See you next time with another bite-sized botanical breakthrough. Stay curious, stay green, and happy growing.